And that's why I'm saying, what is this panic all the time when, the white people say, we're leaving. And then all of you, no, we are not trying to drive you to the sea. That's a wrong premise for a conversation. Anyone who is scared of equality in South Africa is welcome to go. We're busy with equality here. Professor, I think the PayPal mafia and their sort of capture of the federal government in the United States, we must ask, of course, there are those questions of the algorithms and the applications and the capture of the payment systems and the flow of money, particularly of the federal government and the federal bank and so on and so forth, that they are going to control those mechanisms. But I think these people, I suspect, and we have to have an open conversation. Americans, South Africans in America, African Americans, this PayPal mafia is about 4 South African white men who are in the United States, who went there in their teens or so. They're at the helm of a tech giant, and it seems to me they've just managed to successfully not only have, Donald Trump, the bourgeoisie is the only class in history, ruling class in history, that relegated political power to political elites. But within imperialism, Cecil John Rhodes and all of them, within imperialism, they could see the limits of the nation state, and they were able to invent forms of administrative control, political administrative control in service of expansion for expansion's sake. But here they are not only like, like they've captured Donald Trump. They are with him in government. They're presiding over department. But I think they've got some unresolved grudge that they have with their native country. I think they are possibly people who have a bone or a score to settle with the fact that white people lost the political power in South Africa. I think they are on some project, and I know that this might be a huge jump, but I wouldn't think so. I think anybody who would wake up, who was part of the 1940s peace in the world after the World War II, would be shocked to find Israel doing what it's doing to Gaza. And here is the possibility. We are very disposable to the imperialist forces. If the PayPal mafia could truly settle that grudge, they are not satisfied with the fact that there is a black government in South Africa. If they could truly have the means to settle that grudge, we might become a Gaza. And nobody would care. The Chinese won't give us arms. They didn't give Palestinians arms. The Russians won't send some army. They didn't do that to Palestine. Nobody gave Palestinians physical military defense. We were just all praying for them whilst they were being massacred. Now, if they could do that to Palestinians, the ridiculousness of that particular extermination event, that turning of Gaza into an inhabitable space, what makes you think is not possible here? Because I think that is my suspicion with this PayPal mafia. Check their attitude to Palestine. Check their attitude to South Africa, to Africa. We are disposable. We are a very disposable people. Incidentally, Prof, the optic cables are coexisting with the Atlantic graves of the slaves. the very facilitation of digital connectivity in the world, because majority of them actually originate from that part of the world. Coincidentally, there's something of a powerful imagery to think about there, that those optic cables are going, you know, they are possibly going through those graves of Africans that were thrown into the Atlantic as dead bodies in the broader event of the transatlantic slavery. That should tell us our place in this digital future. That's my proposition. I know it's a big provocation.